Hi, this is Janelle, the relationship coach behind the Successful Invisible. And something came up recently when I was chatting with some friends about just past relationships we had been in, some of the funny things we noticed, some of the interesting things we've noticed. Now, I am a 35 plus professional woman, as are my friends, and so many of us had some very interesting stories to share. And one common theme that I noticed among many of us through one relationship or another that we have had in the past was there seems to be high season for manipulation, or I should rephrase it in saying there are some seasons where people who are quite manipulative in relationships or with a romantic partner come out a little more than others. So I would say there are top seasons for manipulators, and these are not official seasons. These are just things known in kind of in a social sense, and one is actually an official season. So be mindful when you are out here dating during certain times of the year. So I'm going to give you two times in particular that seem to be high season for people who are manipulative in relationships, meaning they usually don't treat their partners well in one way or the other. And this applies both to men and women. So, and I've heard this from, my guy friends who have experienced something similar. That would be what people call cuffing season, air quotes. And I would say more of the women that I know who have experienced some of this have gone through this more than the men. And cuffing season, air quotes, not official season, but you've probably heard about it on social media, is usually like September through about March. And those are just the colder months of the year. If you live, I'm in the U.S., I live in the Northeast, so during the colder months is when, from the stories my friends were sharing, they've experienced this the most in their dating history. And then another season that, now this is something my male friends have experienced quite a bit, and some of my female friends as well, but they both have experienced this, but it's around tax season. Around tax season when people are getting returns and refunds and things of that nature. So in the U.S., it's April 15th. So be mindful during these two seasons. One is an actual season, tax season, and then one is more of a social phenomena that was made up, cuffing season. These are high seasons for people who are manipulative in relationships to try to find a partner. I would say for the cuffing season, that is going to be an experience where it's a little colder outside. There's usually less social activity going on, outdoors, or, the weather's a little more inclement and people want to be, home, cuddled up and cozy. Usually people cook more during this season. People bake more. People do more of those, what people would deem, I guess, traditional roles, but it also stems from just it's colder outside. Now, tax season is something you will find with people who are extremely money oriented or target partners for money. Now, this could be, men or women who are hobosexuals, meaning they're basically homeless and looking to mooch off of someone and move in with them, or they want to receive the benefit of your tax returns. Now, on the flip side, and I've heard this one on social media, this is not one that I've heard in, my friend group from personal experience, is men that specifically go after usually maybe heavier set women during tax season. They know who are trying to use these women for money. They are looking for her to spend that money on him, or he's only dating her around that time for the benefit of her money. So I think regardless of who you are, man or woman, these are the times to be extremely mindful when you are out here dating. There seems to be some very high seasons for people who are manipulative because it can impact you. I'm not saying you can't meet your future wife or husband during these times. I'm just saying that you need to be very aware of the people that you're meeting during these times and really pay attention to what they're saying. We're grown, so you need to be having grown folks conversations. That doesn't mean to jump into religion and politics on date one. That's not what I mean. I mean, jump into really talking to one another, really getting a sense of where the other person is coming from, their perspective on relationships, etc. Because I have a feeling you may get slightly different answers during these two seasons as opposed to, say, somebody's having a hot girl summer or hot boy summer, or just during warmer seasons when people are more mobile and they're traveling and they're on vacation. So just be mindful, there are high seasons for manipulative people.